वृंदावनवासी जत वैष्णवेरगान प्रथम वंदन करी सबार चरण। इस तरह का ऑडियो जत गौड़ देशे स्थिति सबार चरण वंदो करिया प्रणति। जे देशे देशे बैसे गौरांगे रगन ऊर्ध्व बाहु करी वंदो सबार चरण। हई चेन हई बेन प्रभुर जत दास सबार चरण वंदो दंते कोरिगास। ब्रह्मांड तारिते शक्ति धरे जने जने ए वेद पुराणे गुण गाए जेवा सुने। महाप्रभुर्गण सब पतित पावन ताई लोबे मोई पापी लाई नो शरण। महाप्रभुर्गण सब पतित पावन ताई लोबे मोई पापी लोई न शरण। वंदना करिते मोई कट शक्ति धरे तम बुद्धि दोष मोई दंभ मात्र करी। तथापि मुखेर भाग्य मनेर उल्लास दोष क्षमी मो आदमे कर निज दास। सर्ववांछा सिद्धि हया यमा बंध छुटे जगते दुर्लभ हया प्रेम धन लुटे। মনের বাসনা পূর্ণ অচিরাতে হয়, দেবকী নন্দন দাস এই লবে কয়। হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. At the feet of all of the Mahaprabhu's Gaudesh devotees, all the devotees from Bengal. He's offering obeisance to Vrindavan devotees, Puri devotees, Nilachal devotees, Navadip devotees, Bengal devotees. And now, with upraised arms, I pray to the feet of all the Gaurangas Bhaktas in whichever country they may reside. Jai Deshe, Jai Deshe, Vaise. Not only uh, Bengal devotees, but he wants to offer obeisance to all devotees, no matter whichever country they are residing, including ISV devotees. Holding straw between my teeth, I submit at the feet of all the servants of Mahaprabhu that were or will be. Hai Chena, Hai Bena. So not only those devotees who are present, I offer obeisance and respect to all devotees who have been in the past, in the history. And not only that, I also offer obeisance to all devotees who will be coming in the future. Hai Bena, Hai. In future, all those devotees who are going to come, I offer all of them my humble obeisances. Because I know their glories. What is their glories? I have heard their glorification in the Vedas and Puranas, which proclaim that each one of his devotees has the Shakti to deliver entire universe. Brahmanda Taritra Shakti Dhare Janjanya. One devotee can deliver one universe. That is their power. Hearing of their glory, I have come with great eagerness to surrender to Mahaprabhu's bhaktas, who are all Patit Pavan for sinners like me. What power do I have to glorify them? But out of my ignorance and unmitigating pride, I do so anyway, thinking myself so qualified. Even though I am dumb and unable to express their greatness, still my heart is joyful due to my great good fortune that the Vaishnavas have accepted me as their own and Sri Gurudev has given me Harinam full of blissful pastimes. Forgive the fault of this fallen soul and make me your servant. Including they award the perfection of all desires, including freedom from death, and even that rarest treasure not found in this world, prema. So, sarva vancha siddhi hoy. Devotees can fulfill all desires. Yama bunde chute. One can free from death and jagate durlabh hoy prema dhana lute. They can distribute most rarest thing, that is Krishna prem. All of one's pure, heartfelt desires will be fulfilled without delay. Devakinandan Das, intensely eager for this, glorifies and prays to the Vaishnavas. Jai. Devakinandan Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, conclusion, the perfection of renunciation, text number 55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tad anantaram. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tad anantaram. Somebody can recite. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yaman yachasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato gyatva vishate tad anantaram. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One can understand me as I am, as a supreme person of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Purport. The Supreme Person Godhead Krishna and his plenary portions cannot be understood by mental speculation nor by the non devotees. If anyone wants to understand the Supreme Person Godhead, he has to take up to pure devotional service under the guidance of a pure devotee. Everybody can repeat. If anyone wants to understand the Supreme Person Godhead, he has to take to pure devotional service under the guidance of a pure devotee. Otherwise, the truth of the Supreme Person Godhead will always be hidden. No, no. As already stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.25, Naham Prakash Sarvasya. He is not revealed to everyone. No one can understand God simply by erudite scholarship or mental speculation. Only one who is actually engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service can understand what Krishna is. University degrees are not helpful. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuddha Padagamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatta Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pranayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Amine Gaura Tushe Nama. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishmanu Sute Devi Pramami Hari Priye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balbhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannatha Te Nama Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. I am feeling extremely happy to be here. So special thanks to Praveen Prabhu and Mataji. They are there here somewhere. Mm. So thank you very much for hosting the program, and also extremely grateful to each one of you for sparing your valuable time to come to this evening. Also special thank to Mukharavinda Prabhu and Mataji for tolerating me and hosting me, uh, and uh, and also very happy to see Mataji. Great. Mm. We had a wonderful time in Newtown, Calcutta, with His Holiness Indradan Maharaj. Mataji was so enthusiastic in coordinating, and we had one of the most memorable feast. Yes, so happy to see you here. Okay. Thank you for coming, Navadip Prabhu, Nakul Prabhu, and Mahesh Prabhu and Mataji, and yes, Rupak Prabhu. Thank you for being here. So today we are going to discuss on a very important topic. It is the simplest topic, but it is the most important topic. And it is actually the most secret topic also. And most of you know also, but still I want to speak it because no matter how much you speak about it, it always less. So here we see Devakinandan Thakur is glorifying all devotees. Devotees from, we just sang a song, there is glorifying devotees from Vrindavan, devotees from Nilachal, Puri, devotees from Navadip, Mayapur, devotees from Gauddesh, devotees from all over the world. And he also glorifying and offering obeisance to all devotees in the past, also offering obeisance to all devotees who are going to come in future. And why is offering so much obeisances? Mm, because he's understanding the glories of devotees. Who is this Devkinandan Prabhu? Anybody knows? Mm. This Devkinandan Prabhu is actually Gopal Chappal. Gopal Chappal offended Shiva's Thakur, and because of that, he got leprosy, and he was terribly suffering. He was rejected by all Navdipvasis. He was thoroughly chastised by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But later on, when he came to his senses, he begged forgiveness, and again he was reinstated in devotional service. And then he wrote this song. He went through great pain understanding what is the effect of offending Vaishnava. So later on he could understand value of Vaishnavas. And he's glorifying Vaishnavas in such a way that he may not offend any Vaishnavas in the world. Not offend any Vaishnavas past, not offend any Vaishnava in future also. So he's offering obeisances. So if we can understand this one principle, our spiritual lives can be safe, and we can actually progress in spiritual life. What is that principle? Principle is appreciating man serving Vaishnavas. Um, we see in Adi Puran, Krishna is expressing his own heart. Eme bhakta jana partha, te me namet bhaktas te te jana. Those who say that, Krishna is telling to Arjuna that anybody who says I am Krishna's devotee, what is Krishna saying? They are not my devotees. Anybody who claims that they are Krishna's devotees, what is Krishna claiming? Eme bhakta jana partha, O Arjun. Eme bhakta jana partha, those who think I am Name bhaktas te te jana. Actually, they are not my devotees. Mad bhaktanam che bhaktas. Te me bhakta tamamata. But those who are devotees of my devotee, they are factually my devotees. This is a great secret. Many people in the world, they want to be devotees of Krishna, but they are not able to be devotees of Krishna. They are not able to progress in Krishna. Why? Because they don't know this secret, which is proclaimed by Krishna himself to his dear devotee Arjun. Hmm? What is secret? Hmm? Yeah. So those who want to directly serve Krishna, Krishna doesn't accept their service. But those who serve his devotees, Krishna becomes obliged to them. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur, whenever anybody would come to meet him, he would send his servant to check who is he. And the Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's disciple will go and check, ask the guest, my dear sir, may I know who are you? What is your introduction? What is your... And if anybody would say, I am devotee of Krishna, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur would say, I am very busy. Unfortunately, I have no time. And he would not meet anyone who claimed to be devotee of Krishna. But if anybody would say, I am servant of Vaishnavas, I am devotee, he would say, oh, please invite him. My whole life is meant to serve him. I have all time for him. So becoming servant of servant is actually a secret of mm, devotional service to Krishna. We see in South India. How many have visited Kanchipuram? There's a beautiful deity of Varadaraj. And there was a great devotee, disciple of Acharya. His name was also Kanchipurna. He used to serve Varadaraj deity very intimately. He used to fan Varadaraj. And he was so exalted devotee that he used to talk with deities. And any people had any doubts mm, which they were not able to find answers to, they would ask him and request, please ask Varadaraj. And he would go and ask Varadaraj, and Varadaraj would speak to him. Great Ramanacharya, he had also many doubts. He asked Kanchipurna asked deities, Varadaraj, and Varadaraj spoke. And based on that, he wrote his all Sri Bhashya, whatever, no? So that was the exalted status of Varadaraj. One time, one simple devotee who was always menially serving, humbly serving Kanchipurna, he went and asked Kanchipurna, my dear Kanchipurna, can you please ask Varadaraj when I will be delivered from this world, no? And when will I go back to Vaikuntha? The Kanchipurna said, okay, no problem, I will ask. So when he went to Varadaraj, he was serving Varadaraj, fanning Varadaraj. And then when he was fanning, Lord looked at him. He understood he has some question to ask. He said, so Kanchipurna, it seems that you have something to ask. So please ask, what is your question? He said, yesterday, one that humble, wonderful, that devotee came to me. He was in anxiety. He wanted to know when he will be delivered from this samsara, this material existence, and when he will go to Vaikuntha. Oh, he said, that wonderful devotee. He said, this is his last life. At the end of this life, he will go to Vaikunta. Harivo. So Kanchipuram was very happy to hear this. When he went back that night, then that devotee came and said, did you ask Lord Varadaraj? He said, yes. He said, what did Lord say? He said, you are so fortunate. This is your last life. At the end of this life, you will go back home, back to spiritual world, Vaikunta. Haribo. Yeah. So then every day Kanchipur was serving like this. One day, doubt came in his mind. He was thinking, "Arey, that devotee is going back home, back to God at the end of this lifetime. Maybe I should ask about myself also. What about me? So one day he went and he was doing chamar seva to Lord. And Lord looked at him that he wanted to ask. Lord said, "Hey, Kanchipan, you want to ask something? Please ask." But he was hesitating because this time it was about himself. About others, he was very enthusiastic to ask. So he said, no, my dear Lord, okay, it's all right. He said, no, no, don't hesitate, don't worry. You frankly ask whatever is there in your mind, no problem. Then he said, my dear Lord, you said that devotee is going back home, back to God, and this end of their lifetime. So I wanted to know about me also, when I will go back home, back to God, to Vaikunta, spiritual world. Then Lord said, my dear Kanchipurna, I cannot tell you how many lifetimes you will take to go back home, back to God. I'm not able to estimate. It may take you many, many millions of lifetimes to go back home, back to God. Kanchipurna was shocked. He saw that devotee, humble devotee, he was going back home, back to God in this lifetime. And for him, it's going to take many, many lifetimes. So he was confused. So then our Lord spoke. He said, my dear Kanchipurna, know this secret from me. My devotees never go to Vaikunta. He said, only devotees of my devotees go to Vaikunta. He said that other person, he is your servant. He is always enthusiastic to serve Vaishnavas. Therefore, he is qualified to go to Vaikunta. Hmm? But as far as you are concerned, you are always engaged in my service. So I don't know when you will come to Vaikunta. So he was doing Chamar Seva. When he heard that, he immediately put down the Chamar there only. And he said, Dandavat Pranam Lord. And he left. And he was just wondering. And then he left Kanchipur. And then he went to Srirangam. He disguised himself as a simple person. mm, Because Kanchipur was very famous. And Yamunacharya had glorified him for his devotion. And so he disguised himself as ordinary person. He went to the house of Mahapurna in Srirangam. And then he went and as a simple guy, and then he went and requested, I need some service here. Can you engage in me some service? I can do any service, whatever you want. Mahapurna said, we don't need any servants. We are okay with it. He said, no, no, you don't have to pay me anything also, and I can render whatever service you want. He said, you have so many cows, you have so many household to do. I can do everything. And he was very much begging. Then Mahapurna said, okay, fine, if you want you can stay in this goshala, take care of cows, and okay. So this Kanchipurna was very happy when he started staying in goshala, started taking cows, and started doing all the household. They had to bring water. He used to go from long distance, bring water, wash vessel, whatever required service. He was serving Mahapurna, all his family, um, as a very humble menial servant. And nobody came to know that he's great Mahapurna. Great personality, very dear to Yamunacharya. And months, days passed, weeks passed, months passed. One time, rainy season came, and then when he was out herding the cows, all of a sudden there was storm. and thundering and rains. And when the intense rains, then all cows became wet. He also became wet, and then and then so immediately he somehow brought all the cows back to Goshala. And when he came to Goshala, actually all his clothes were wet. He was wet. It was cold. He was shivering. Then he was thinking what to do. And only his clothes, which were dry, were his sadhu clothes, his devotee clothes. So then, because he removed his weight clothes, then he wore that clothes because it was very cold and all that. And here, Mahapurna was thinking, "Arey, this my very dear person. He went in rains. Maybe he must be wet." So he came with some dry clothes for him. And when he came in Goshala, he saw somebody in sadhu clothes and all. And when he looked closely, then he realized, "Arey, he's the great Kanchipurna." And then immediately offered Dhanvar, and he said, "My dear Kanchipurna, what are you doing here?" And then he realized that for so many months together, as a humble menial servant, he was serving. He said, "My dear Kanju, you are worthy of our worship." And he said, "Our life is ruined. We have taken service from you instead of serving you." Uh, then Kanchipuram said, "No, no, no, actually, I am so blessed that you gave me your session service." But then when Mahapurna came to know he's a great Kanchipuram, then he stopped giving service. So then next day he left from there. And then he thought maybe I should go to some other place. No? Maybe he thought I will go to Tirupati or something. But on the way, then he came to again Kanchipuram because for long he had not taken darshan of Varadaraj. He thought at least I will take darshan and then leave. So when he came to, after many, many months, he came to take darshan of this Varadaraj. And then because he was very attached to this Chamar Seva, for so many years he had been doing. So just he thought, I'm coming for darshan, let me do little seva and then I will move. So he took that Chamar Seva, Chamar, and started doing Chamar. And Varadaraj was seeing Kanchipuram after so long. And when Varadaraj saw Kanchipuram, he said, "Oh, Kanchipuram, I'm so happy." And he said, "My dear Kanchipurna, I would like to tell you, at the end of this very life, you will go back home, back to Vaikuntha. Because you have served Vaishnava. You have become humble, menial servant Vaishnava." He said, "You have become qualified to enter kingdom of God." So this is secret. Many people want to become servant of Krishna, but actually Krishna doesn't accept. Secret is that we have to become servant of Vaishnavas. We see even when Parvati asked Lord Shiva, "What is the best worship, topmost worship?" Lord Shiva in Padma Purana explains, "Aradhanam sarvesham Vishnur aradhanam param." Among all the worships, there may be Kali worship, Durga worship, Ganesh worship, this worship, that worship, whatever, Shiva worship, whatever worship. He said, Vishnur aradhanam param. Among all worship, worship of Vishnu is supreme. Tasmat paratram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. But however, she said that Lord Shiva said, Parvati, that higher than worship of Lord Vishnu is worship of his dear devotees, Vaishnavas. Hmm? So Vaishnava Seva is even higher to Vishnu Seva, Krishna Seva. And that is actually verdict of all scriptures. Therefore, we see all great devotees, they always pray for Vaishnava Sangha, Vaishnava Seva. We see Narsimhadev appeared from the pillar, he killed Hiranyakashipu, and then all devatas were fearful. Then finally Prahlad was asked to offer prayers. Prahlad offered wonderful prayers, and Narsimhadev was so happy and pleased with Prahlad Maharaj. And then Narsimhadev said, "My dear Prahlad, please ask any benediction you want." So what benediction did Prahlad ask? Prahlad said, "My dear Lord, somehow or other I was going towards hell because of ignorance. But your great servant Narad Muni came and saved me." So he said, "How can I forget Narad Muni? So please bless me. I can be engaged in service of Sri Narada Muni." So here he is in front of Supreme Lord, and Lord is saying, "I can bless you. I can give you anything. Please ask." He's not saying, my dear Lord, I want to serve you, please keep me with you. What he's saying? He said, I was actually in darkest of ignorance going towards hell, but Narad Muni saved me. So please bless me with that opportunity to serve Narad Muni. And similarly, we see all great souls, like we see today. I had gone with our Shiva's Prabhu to some place. Mm, On the way, we're discussing the prayers of Rudrasur. And he's also saying that I don't want anything in this world. I just want to become servant of your servant, my dear Lord. Mm. So Dasa no Das. So this is actually important principle. We see Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado. Yasya prasadat nagati kutu. If you want to please Krishna, you have to please his devotee. And if you don't please his devotee and serve him, then there's no hope. So we see after Yamunacharya, Ramacharya became the Acharya of Sri Sampradaya. One time in Sri Rangam, Ramacharya was reading various Alvara's literature, and then one reading he read that Balaji loves flower garlands. So he requested, is there any disciple ready to go to Tirupati and make a beautiful garden and daily offer flower garlands to Balaji? So nobody was ready because they were thinking, are going Tirupati means, because it was, nobody was there much, no devotees, and wild animals and jungle, not like today. And they were thinking, going to Tirupati means leaving Srirangam. Who would like to leave Srirangam where thousands of devotees are there and person Ramanacharya is there who leaves the session? But one devotee, Anantacharya, he raised hand. He said, my dear spiritual master, if it is your design, I will go. Immediately, next day morning, Anantacharya along with his wife, they left Srirangam, walked all the way to Tirupati, Tirumala, and they worked very hard first to make a pukur pond because water is required for they made a pond. Then they with great effort made a beautiful garden. They started cultivating beautiful flowers and they started offering flowers to daily to Balaji. And there are many pastimes. One day it so happened that Balaji, when Pujari was doing service to Balaji, Balaji told, hey, immediately go and call Anantacharya. He's there in garden plucking flowers. No. So the Pujari immediately went and said to Anantacharya, my dear Anantacharya, Balaji is calling. Immediately, please come. Imagine Supreme Lord calls you. How will you feel? Huh? And what will you do? Hmm? Rupak Prabhu, if Supreme Lord says, hey, call Rupak immediately. How will you feel? Yeah? And what will you do? Immediately, no? Whatever you are doing, you leave that and go. So when this message came to Anantacharya was, plucking flowers so that he can make garland and all these things. And the Pujari said, come immediately. Andaja said, my dear Pujari, I will come, but I'm little busy now. After my this turn, I will come and meet. Okay. So Pujari went and told Balaji that Andaja is saying that he will come after some time. He's little busy. Balaji became very upset. He said, Arey, what busy? I am the Lord of the universe. I am calling. He should throw away all and come immediately. Tell him that Balaji is immediately calling. Give up everything and come. Pujari went back and told Antacharya that, that please, Lord Balaji became very upset. He wants you to come immediately. Antacharya said, please forgive me. He said, I can't come. I will come, but after some time. I'm little busy now. Pujari goes back and informs Balaji becomes extremely upset. He said, "Tell them that I'm not going to accept his garland and all this thing. Hmm? How dare he disobeys my instruction?" And he tells Pujari that when Antachar comes, don't give him darshan, close the darshan. So then after, when this Anandacharya plucks a flower, makes garland, and when everything's ready, he comes back to offer to Balaji. But Balaji darshan is closed, and the Pujari told Anandacharya that Balaji is extremely angry with you, and he doesn't want to give you darshan, and he said he doesn't want your garland also. You take back that garland. Then mm, it's like Lord is there, curtain is there, and Pujari is there, and behind the curtain, outside, then Antachar is there. So Anantachar said, You can tell Lord that this is the seva offered by Ramanacharya. If he wants to accept seva of Ramanacharya, it is his desire that that Balaji has this garland every day. Mm? So if he has any regards or whatever, no, this thing for Ramacharya, maybe I am just, he said, just a servant of Ramacharya. He told me, so I am doing. So it's up to him and Ramacharya, no? So like this he said. Immediately Balaji opened himself only that gate, and immediately he took that garland and put it on himself. And then Balaji said, Hey, I have been so much waiting for you. Why didn't you come? Hmm? How dare you disrespect my order? And then Anantacha said, My dear Lord, you are Supreme Personal Godhead. Mm, And as, as far as I am concerned, I am not your servant, he said. I am servant of Ramacharya. And Ramacharya has given me instruction that every day, without fail, mm, early in the morning, I should make garland and offer to you. So that is his instruction, and I have come here to execute his instruction. So if I leave my service and come to you, that would be, I would fail in my duty to my spiritual master. So how can I, disregard instruction of my spiritual master? Hmm? Because I am his servant and not your servant, he said. So when Balaji heard that, actually his heart melted, and he was so pleased with his devotional service. So this is actually secret. If somebody thinks that I'm a great devotee and I try to serve Krishna, Krishna will not accept that service. But if somebody serves spiritual master, and through spiritual master and Vaishnavas he serves, Krishna becomes overwhelmed and he immediately accepts the service. If you serve Krishna and offenses happen, then there will be a big challenge. But if you serve through spiritual master, then all spiritual master will take care. So there are no offenses and you will only get blessings. So most of the people in the outside world, they don't know the secret, and therefore they may keep on serving Krishna, but they don't make any tangible spiritual advancement. But real advancement begins when we understand the secret of devotional service. How we have to serve Krishna, not directly, but by becoming servant of devotees. And how devotees are so dear to Krishna. How we have to honor and respect devotees. No matter who we may be, how great we may be, if we knowingly or unknowingly offend devotees, Krishna will not forgive us. We see in Srimad Bhagavatam beautiful pastime of Ambrish Maharaj and Durvasa. Durvasa was a sannyasi, great yogi, great tapasvi, having thousands of disciples, having such powerful mystic siddhis. And when he came to Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj was performing Vrata, E- Ekadashi Vrata. He came on Dwadashi morning. And then when Amrish Maharaj saw Durvasa coming, he very nicely welcomed him, gave first class hospitality. And then he wanted to honor him and give him prasad. This Durvasa said, I will go and take bath and come back. And Durvasa went for taking bath. But when he went to take bath, he went in the river and he went in Samadhi. Mm, and hours passed. He did not come back. And here, this Parna time was coming. And then almost Parma time was about to over. So Amrish Maharaj is wondering what to do. Durvasa is our guest. So first he has to fade. And then we can take prasad and break the fast. But at the same time, for 1 year he had been doing this vrata. And he was thinking if we don't uh, break the fast in time, he had been doing work for benefit of all the citizens. He was thinking that there may be flaw in the vrata. So then he was thinking what to do. If I break, there will be a problem. If I don't break, there is a problem. And then he consulted other sages, Vaishnavas, Brahmanas, and then finally he decided to take Charnamrita. Because if you take Charnamrita, it is like breaking fast as well as not breaking fast. Because Charnam is transcendental. Mm, So he did that. And there, this Durvasa was in underwater, and there, just by his mystic power, he could understand, Array, this person has drank water, and broken the fast before even feeding the guest. So when he came out of the river and then he came to the court, he was so angry and he started blasting at him. He said, You king, you are so hypocrite. You don't know any culture, you don't know any etiquette, how to worship guest, how to worship brahmanas. You are no, you are eaten before guest, before feeding brahmanas, and he became so angry, upset. And Amrish Maharaj just heard and tolerated. He did not give any justification. And Durvasa was so angry, he just plucked the hair, chanted some mantras, and created demon to kill Amrish Maharaj. Can you imagine? And the demon, very fierce demon, just came and was attacking, was about to kill Amrish Maharaj. And when some demon comes to kill you, what will you do? Hmm? Terrible demon comes to kill you, what will you do? Hmm? If you have power to kill the demon, what will you do? Hmm? Fight back. Fight back and kill him also, no? If you have power, you can kill. Brish had power to kill, but then he did not use his power. He just folded his hands and he said, and he was thinking, maybe I really offended Durvasa. And he felt sorry and felt maybe I should be killed for this offense of offending a great saint. He was so humble. He did not pray to God that please save me, or he did not use his powers also. He just felt that I offended Durvasa, and it was a great mistake from my side. And he just folded hands mm, that let me be killed by this demon. But when Krishna saw that, array, this demon is coming to attack Ambrish, my great devotee, Krishna couldn't sit peacefully. He immediately sent his Sudarshan. And that Sudarshan went and chopped off the head of the demon. And not only that, after demon head was chopped, that Sudarshan started chasing Durvasa Muni. And when Durvasa saw Sudarshan is about to kill me, he started running and then flying. He was a mystic yogi. He could fly very fast. Mm. He went to Indraloka. Went to all the planets. Nowhere he could get shelter. He went in ocean. He went in mountains. He went everywhere. Wherever he went, that Sudarshan chased him. Then he went to topmost loka, Brahmaloka, in this universe. He didn't have to board. He didn't have to book any tickets, board in flights. He was so expert that no, he himself flew. And then when he went to Brahmaloka, he offered dandavats to Brahmaji and said, My dear Brahmaji, please save me. Sudarshan is chasing me. Brahmaji said, Arey, this Sudarshan, what can I do? I cannot interfere. It's Lord Vishnu's, Krishna's weapon. He said, I cannot save you. Please forgive me. And then he went, mm, he crossed the material universe, went to Shivloka, mm, Kailas, and there he offered danvats to Shivji and said, my dear Shivji, please save me. This Sudarshan is chasing me. Please save me. And when Shiva, Lord Shiva saw Sudarshan chasing, immediately offered danvats to Sudarshan and he said, my dear Durvasa, please forgive me. I can't save you. Who can know save you from Sudarshan? Sudarshan, Lord's personal weapon. Then he was thinking what to do. Then he went to Vaikunta and fell at the feet of Supreme Lord uh, Vishnu mm, and said, my dear Lord, please save me. Your weapon is chasing me and about to devour me. And then Lord Vishnu said, spoke very nice verse. You can repeat after me. Sadhavo Rudayam Mayam Sadhunam Rudayam Toham Madanyate na jananti Naham Tebyo Managapi Sadhu Rudayam Mayam. He said, my dear Durvasa, Sadhu, devotees are Rudayam. They are within, always within core of my heart. Sadhunam Rudayam Toham. And I am in the heart of my pure devotees. Madanyatena jananti. Mm, Naham tebyo managapi. He said, my devotees know no one but me. And I know no one but my devotees. Indirectly said, who are you? I don't know. Why you are coming in? And then he said, I'm helpless. I can't help you. I am just purchased by my devotees. I am just servant of my devotees. And then this Durvasa understood he has done a terrible offense and nobody in this entire world, three worlds, even Supreme Lord cannot protect him. And then he was begging, my dear Lord, please tell me how I can be saved. How can I? The Lord said, there's only one way because you have offended my devotee. If only devotee forgives you, he has only power to save you. So immediately he took a return flight from Vaikunta back to Amarish Maharaj court and when he came, he fell flat at Amrish and begged forgiveness. So it took him 1 year for world tour, universe tour. And for 1 year, Amrish Maharaj was waiting. And he was thinking, and 1 year he did not eat anything or drink anything. He was thinking, I have offended Durvasa. And when Durvasa Muni came and fell flat, he felt very embarrassed. He thought, he is such a great sannyasi, great. Why is falling at feet of me? I am a grasta, fallen person. So immediately made him sit, worshipped him, and he said, please forgive me. So Amrish begged forgiveness, and Durvasa was begging forgiveness. And then Amrish saw that Sudarshan is chasing him. So then Amrish offered prayers to Sudarshan, that my dear Sudarshan, please spare this wonderful devotee. Wonderful, he's such a wonderful this thing. And please forgive him. And please, if I have ever done any devotional service, please, in exchange of that, you please spare this Durvasa Muni. Imagine if we would be in his position, in Amrish Maharaj's position. Durvasa tried to kill him, and now Durvasa is coming and falling flat at him. What would we say? देखा सबक सिखाया ना बहुत ये कर रहा था कैसा हुआ हरी बोल but he was so humble. He thought actually I offended him, and he prayed for to Sudarshan, and then Sudarshan went away, and his life was spared. And then Amrish, and then he made Durvasa sit very nicely, fed him nicely, worshipped him. And Durvasa was stunned. He said, what are these devotees of Lord? I tried to kill him and he saved me. and then he left chanting the glories of his devotees. So devotees are very dear to Lord, and Lord is very dear to devotees, and they have a very intimate, loving relationship. If you offend the Vaishnavas, there is no hope in this world. Nobody can save. Mm. So we have to be always very careful in honoring and respecting Vaishnavas and never offending Vaishnavas, whoever we may be, however great we may be, however accomplished we may be. One should know that every Vaishnava is very dear to Krishna, and we have to always deal with them with great love and respect. Lord Chaitanya said, if you want to go back, come back to God, you have to do these two things: chant Hare Krishna and never offend my devotees. So anybody who can chant Hare Krishna and he saves himself from offense to devotees, then he can go back, come back to God. But if he offends devotees knowingly, unknowingly, whatever, then he cannot go back. So opposite of offense is appreciating devotees, serving devotees, pleasing them, getting their blessing. Instead of thinking, oh, I should not offend devotees, better we should cultivate appreciation for devotees. Better we cultivate service attitude to devotees. Better we try to please them, and never think ill of them or never have any grudge about them. Mm. If we think something negative, then our feelings will also become negative, and then we'll act also negatively. Whenever any negative thought comes about Vaishnava, we should immediately rectify that, so that negative feelings don't come. Because if there are any negative feelings, then naturally interaction there is going to be little challenging, and there may be offenses. We'll take questions in the end, okay? So we'll do one exercise, okay? All of you are there. All of you can stand up. So I want to make triplets, as many triplets as possible. Triplets, three devotees in one group, and you can make a group with devotees whom you know. Okay, so you make a group triplet with whom you know. Okay, three devotees. Uh, okay, so Mahesh, maybe you join with your wife because she knows somebody here. Okay, okay, fine. At least you join with someone you know. Okay. You are three people. When you are three people, sit down. Okay. Okay. Prabhuji has also come. Great. So you have three people. Huh? Sit with the team. Okay. And okay. Say uh, Haribol. Uh, three. Sit in a circle of three. Okay. Three of you circle. Prabhuji. Haribol. Mukha, you can join there. And three are here. Three are there. Okay. One can be four also. No problem. In one group, four is okay, but majority group should have three. Okay, okay, okay. Here, Mataji is also there. So, okay, you can just be fourth one. Okay. So among your uh, group, uh, everybody assign 1, 2, 3 number for your group members. Who is one? Who is two? 1, 3. Okay. Huh? Okay. Okay. So assigned number. All ones raise hand. In this group, one. Okay. All twos raise hand. Two, 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 two. Okay. All threes raise hand. Okay. He's coming. Okay. Three. Okay. Uh, three. Huh? Three. 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 Okay. Three. Fine. And all fours raise hand. Okay. Two fours are fine. So Four have to just watch. Okay. And in the end, I will ask question to you. Don't worry. Okay. You have a very important role to play, but it will be in the end. Okay. So, uh, so I want that one can speak to two, uh, appreciation and glories of three. Okay. One can speak to two, appreciation of three. Okay. Okay. Obviously, at least three and four should listen. Okay. One, don't worry, you'll get it. Okay. Krishna fulfills everybody's desires. Just we need some patience. Okay. So one should tell to two glories of three. Okay. Okay. Very, very well. You can just start. Okay. Hari bol. Okay. Try to wind up. Hmm? Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now, two devotee tell to devotee number three glories of one. Okay. Devotee number two tells to devotee number three glories of devotee number one. Okay. Okay. Wind up little bit. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now, devotee number three tells to devotee number one glories of devotee number two. Okay. Devotee number three tells to devotee number one glories of devotee number two. Haribol. Okay, try to wind up. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How many of you completed? Three of you speaking. Everybody has completed. Three of you. Hmm? Thank you very much. So now we can turn towards. So I wanted to know, how was your experience of doing this exercise? How many of you felt miserable, or or how many of you felt indifferent? Okay, ठीक है भाई, time ठीक है, time pass कर दिया प्रभु जी ने ना. Uh, how many of you felt happy to be part of this exercise? So whatever. I'm saying, how many of you felt happy to be part of this exercise? At least. Okay, thank you. So, I want to hear your experiences. When you glorified some Vaishnava, some other devotee, what was your experience and how you felt? Anybody would like to share? When you spoke about another Vaishnava, his glories, qualities, how you felt? What was your experience? Somebody would like to share? Yes, Mataji. Okay, you can tell your name and then speak about your what was your experience and how did you feel?
Yeah, my name is Shivani, and while glorifying Bhagyashri Mataji, we I could remember all the wonderful qualities that she has, and it also made me feel inspired to be that, like
Okay,
like whatever
so
qualities she has, to imbibe them in myself also.
okay, when you spoke, you were reminded of wonderful and you felt inspired, no?
Yes.
Your feeling was you were inspired. Thank you very much. Haribol. Yeah. Yes.
Hare Krishna. My
When
name
you
is
spoke about others' qualities, that time.
my name is Rasika, and I spoke about Mukaravinda. I was thinking, if we decide to glorify, if we keep thinking, we get more and more points. Like in the sense, like how we heard, right? If you want to find good things, Krishna will give you the intelligence to find good.
Yes.
And
Rama Buddhi.
I was at one point I was stuck, and then Govind Charan reminded me. So it's good that when you are in that circle, others help you to glorify others.
Yes. So when we are glorifying, Krishna also helps us to mm, give us intelligence to find good. It's our choice what you want to. Everybody has both the sides. If you want to find good, we can find. Mm. And if we speak good, other people are inspired. They will also add to it. Mm. So the environment is created, positive environment. Yes. And how you felt after glorifying or while glorifying?
Very satisfied.
You felt satisfied. Okay. Haribo, thank you. Now I want to know, when you heard glories of other devotees. When you heard glories of other devotees, what was your experience and how you felt? Anybody would like to share? When you heard glories of other devotees, what was your experience and especially how you felt hearing glories of other devotees? Yes, Prabhu.
My name is Rajajivan Das.
Raja Jeevan Prabhu. Jai, beautiful name.
So when I was hearing, especially Praveen Prabhu's glorification, many times you observe, you also see that, but then you don't reflect upon it, and that got me that reflection. Okay, yes, what he is saying is correct, right? So that remembrance, and also with a nice, sweet feeling about it. So I really liked it.
So sometimes we know, but we don't think about it. But when somebody articulates in words, really, what he's saying makes sense. Really, I also feel same thing. Wonderful. He's really he has found he really made the right point. Wonderful. So how you felt after hearing the glorification?
I felt very nice, and also I felt that more like a yes moment. Yeah, yes, yes. I also feel the same. Yes.
Yes.
Got reminded of the good qualities.
Yeah,
The
reminded
Praveen
good
Prabhu
qualities.
process.
Okay. Reminded, that is a verb, and then I'm just trying to think about feelings. Feelings means if
I felt nice. Or
nice
what?
means nice is not a feeling. Nice, they're like nice. There may be I feel joyful, I feel inspired, I feel frustrated, I feel envious, I feel these are various feelings. I feel excited, I feel
I feel
jubilant, I feel happy,
I feel, of course, I feel joyful. That is part of the thing I was trying to say. I feel nice. I felt joyful, and also no, I didn't think about it. Though
okay.
I didn't reflect about it, not think about it. I didn't reflect about it. I have also observed those things,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then I didn't reflect about it. More like, oh, enlightened. Yes, Prabhuji, good word.
Okay, you felt joyful and enlightened, huh? Arrival, yeah. Wonderful. So, yes. Anybody else? How you felt? What was your experience of hearing glories of other devotees, and how you felt? What was your experience?
Yeah, so many times we
You
don't
can tell
realize.
name and then
Yeah, I'm Govindas.
Govinda Prabhu. Yeah.
So Hare Krishna. So many times we don't realize the many good qualities, or at least they don't strike us. So I was wondering, yeah, actually this is true. This is also true. And then I did not see it before that much. And you're also humbled. I was humbled, since this person has so many good qualities.
Yeah.
I don't have these good qualities, so I should try to become like that.
Yeah. Sometimes, we don't know with whom we are living. Sometimes such wonderful Vaishnavas are there. Mm. And if you just know their glories, we'll feel so honored, very happy. We'll feel grateful to get such nice association. Krishna is so kind upon us. He's having such nice association. And also, as he said, sometimes when we hear about glories of devotee, we feel humble. Otherwise, if you don't know glories of devotees, we think I am the only devotee. Mhm. Or maybe everybody is maybe I am the best devotee. Uh, uh, and everybody should seek my association. But when we hear about other glories, he's so wonderful. Maybe I should seek his association. And it's really sometimes humbling. Very nice. Wonderful. Thank you. Great. Haribo. Now, now difficult question. mm, But as far as possible, try to answer it honestly. How you felt when somebody was appreciating you and glorifying you. Mm, Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Mike is there.
Hare
What was
Krishna.
your experience and how you felt?
My name is Mahesh. So I felt humbled that I think I don't possess all of those qualities, and devotees think so high of me, and I need to match up to that. And I also felt ambitious that maybe these are the good qualities that I can try to work towards.
Jai Haribo. Actually, when devotees glorifies honestly, genuinely, it's very humbling experience. We feel, oh, this devotee is so wonderful, He's trying to encourage me. Though I don't have these qualities, he's trying to encourage me. And then maybe I should work to develop these qualities. I should know. Mm, if he's appreciating me, maybe I should become like that. So that's very wonderful experience. Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, Prabhu. I think I want to give chance to another devotees who have not spoken. Hmm? Hmm. When somebody appreciated you, what was your experience? How you felt? Eh, Okay. I don't want to force anybody. Anybody voluntarily want to speak? Uh, uh, First, I would like to give opportunity to those who have not spoken. And if there is nobody who is not spoken who wants to speak, then yes.
Well, I think there are various feelings. One feeling
How
is
was
that,
your experience and then feelings?
yeah, experience definitely is humbling. Don't want to hear myself, my own glories. Is in one level, another level, yes, to think that there are so many gifts that I have got because of the mercy of my spiritual master. So I should not squander that gift and preserve them and save and cherish them, and also have more desire to be grateful to the spiritual master for bestowing that gifts.
Yes. And how you felt? You felt miserable, you felt encouraged, you felt happy, you feel joyful, you feel puffed up, you feel you feel angry, you felt
Um, Feeling wise, yeah, personally, I think I'm not too much like my own hearing, so I was little not what you call
you feel embarrassed,
comfortable,
you feel awkward.
awkward, yeah.
Mm, feel awkward. Hari Hari. So yes. So sometimes one may feel awkward also. But when we understand that actually mm, this devotee is trying to encourage me, or we can also reflect how somehow I had known these qualities, but by mercy of Guru, somehow I have developed. So yeah. So you felt awkward. What else you felt?
Yes, that so much can be done if I stick to the good qualities. That is
You
the
felt hopeful.
hopeful, yes.
Hmm?
That
Okay. Yes, there is hope for me also. No?
you know,
Okay. When devotees encourage us, appreciate us, we feel hopeful. Sometimes, if devotees keep on correcting us, we feel depressed. Feel I am good for nothing. Maybe, but some people appreciate it. We feel, oh, yes, maybe I can also do something wonderful in mission of Srila Prabhupada. Yes, thank you. Yes, and the fourth number devotees can share what was their experience to be part of that exercise and how you felt to observe devotees speaking, hearing, and all these things.
I was the observer when somebody was appreciating or somebody was taking appreciation. So what I saw that when you hear appreciation also in the association of devotees, you get to know about the other devotee so much, and you also your level of appreciation also increases. Like for example, I had known Mataji just by face, and I had known Prabhu. Like Prabhu is a very good harmonium player, and he helped in fixing our harmonium. But today Mataji explained so nicely that for any home program, she's the first one to come and help her out. In housewarming, nobody was there to help her, but she came and she helped her prep up everything.
Amazing.
So that's something, I felt like we're just 10 minutes away and I could have also helped her. So it gives me more inspiration to do more service.
When you
So
hear about others' glories, say he's doing, maybe I can also do it. Huh? Wonderful. Very nice. Very wonderful.
yeah, and
It inspires us. Yeah. when we hear glories of other devotees, it inspires also to develop those qualities. Yes, very nice, wonderful.
And then I saw the one who was on the receiving side was feeling very embarrassed, clenching the fist, face down. It's why do I have to hear it? So, so yeah, so devotees are very humble naturally.
So
Yeah.
thank you very much. Actually, I was told that class has been broadcasted and it has to end by 8:30. So I will just end with telling the secret. So the topmost secret of devotional service is that if you love Krishna, devotees will love you. And if you love devotees, Krishna will love you. Hmm? So if you want to, whose love you want? If you want Krishna's love, don't expect that Krishna is going to love you. If you hate devotees, if you don't like devotees, if you have some issues with devotees, don't expect that Krishna will love you. But if you love devotees, then Krishna will love us. Okay. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So officially our class is over. Haribo. If you want to stop the broadcast, you can stop. And then if you have any questions and all these things, we can take. Yes. No, we want to hear you speak. Yes. Praveen Pro, you want to? Hmm? Okay, fine. Okay. Yes.
I was very happy
Jai. What made you happy?
because I knew I don't have to speak anything. But
Mm.
that aside,
Yeah, yeah.
I noticed one thing that devotees are very observant. So the keen, very detailed appreciation of one and each other they are doing. So this is what I think that yeah I can learn this to be more observant of
Mm.
devotees
Yes. And
what they are doing.
yes, we can observe and appreciate.
Appreciate.
Not just observe and keep in heart. Yes, that is also
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
But if you observe something, we can just share with whomever we meet.
Yeah.
And then then we can say, if we see good in others and appreciate others, that means that good is there in us or that good will come in us.
Yeah.
And if we see fault in others, that means that fault is there in us or that fault will come in us. So it's our choice. So just few minutes we appreciated each other, maybe one minute only. But what was the impact of it on all of us? How many of you became happy? Hmm? Just few minutes of appreciation, speaking him, immediately one becomes happy. So this is secret of happiness in association of devotees. Whenever you meet devotees, speak appreciation, hear appreciation. Then mood is wonderful. But when we come together, if we criticize others, hear criticism. Imagine we had done exercise, talk ill about each other. How would be the experience? Everybody will be frustrated, depressed. While going, they will be, they will think, why did I come here? You know, a whole day would have been ruined. We don't know how many months would be ruined by that. Just or sometimes some virus goes in, it can stick in that negativity and ruin our months and years together in spiritual life. So this is simple secret to become happy and to have a happy community. If you want to be happy, always appreciate others. And if you want to be create a happy community, encourage everybody to appreciate each other. It is free of cost. It doesn't need this thing. And it's important that, as he said, we can observe devotees. And when devotees are doing so many wonderful things, if we observe and appreciate, that will encourage them, that will encourage everybody. And imagine if new person comes in that community and he's seeing that everybody is so appreciative of each other, encouraging each other, uh, how will he feel? New person comes, how will he feel? He'll feel, oh, I want to be part of this community. This is something different. This is complete contrary to the material world. In material world, everybody is always trying to pull others' leg down, criticize, find faults, and people are envious. But here, people are so appreciative. They're so loving, caring. So one feels very inspired, encouraged, wants to be part of community. And if in community people speak ill about each other, whether it's true or false, doesn't matter. Then people's spiritual life are going to be dried up, and there won't be fun. No matter how much verses we study, Bhagavatam, Bhagavata, Chaitanya, no matter how many services we do, no matter whatever, our hearts will be very dry, and we won't experience the joy of Krishna consciousness. So we have to very consciously avoid speaking criticism and hearing criticism, even if it is true. Because that will ruin our spiritual life, other spiritual life, and it will ruin community. And it won't be pleasing to Guru, Krishna, and Vaishnavas. And it will ruin our preaching efforts. We are doing so much efforts to inspire others to come to Krishna consciousness. Everything will be ruined. But if we can do little bit, every time we meet devotee, appreciate devotee, that devotee, another devotee. Anytime we come to in association devotees, if we can hear appreciation, speak appreciation, then it can uplift us, uplift others, and uplift entire community. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And Govind Prabhu has some important comment or some question. Yes.
I think you said it, but basically,
No, you ask honestly. No problem. Twice you raised the hand, and twice I said I will.
earlier actually,
So I don't want you to go back in home and think that some you couldn't sleep in night because the question is still ringing in your heart.
actually, one thing I wanted to mention was Radharani Maharaj, whenever I just heard that whenever he hears someone going to heaven, he says, "Arey, तुम मेरा गला काट रहे हो," he feels miserable, Don't do that.
Yeah, that is Vaishnava. Vaishnava means he doesn't want to hear his own glorification, out of humility. But we should be very eager to glorify others, and we should know Krishna will be very pleased with us.
Secondly, I think you said like, even if it is true, you should not say something.
Yeah.
As devotees, we are also obliged to kind of correct each other. So we are watching each other, right? Something can help someone.
So before correcting, we should ask ourselves, OMA. We have to ask whether my observation is right or wrong. Many times we only see half things and we only know half things. We may not know entire picture. So first, before correcting, we have to ask whether my observation is right or wrong. Our senses are imperfect. So many times our observations are also wrong. So we have to double check, triple check whether my observation is right. So if many times we'll find actually most of the time it's our assumptions than real observations. Generally, our tendency is to when we see something, we jump to directly some our own interpretation, our own conclusions, our own judgment, which may not be the reality. So it's very important that we see something, we don't jump to interpretation and judgment, but we can just because somebody is saying something or doing something. Uh, may not necessarily something wrong. If you ask why they are doing what they are doing, what is their intention, understand the context. Otherwise, we may see something and immediately assume something wrong and become disturbed. Like I'll tell you, I just went to this temple, Spanish Fort Temple, Utah. I'm just coming from there. I went to Salt Lake City in the Spanish person. And when I went there, this Mataji, our Vaibhavi Mataji, proper disciple, Charu Prabhu, she welcomed me there. She showed me the temple. And then she said, I was meeting her. She said, I just went in the morning for fishing, and then I sold 11 fish for $550, And I was just thinking, Bapre, how can, one do fishing, first of all? And second, how can one, sell fish? I means in my mind, I was just thinking, it's against the regulatory principles, no? But then there was another devotee there. He could understand I am little bewildered, no? Then immediately said, actually, Prabhuji, here there is a big, beautiful pond, and there are special fishes there. Koi fishes are there that are put in aquarium and museum, and that are not eaten, and that are just there in the homes people keep. So, and they do sell it, and but before selling, they teach also that this is also soul. How it you have to know you are soul. This is soul, and they explain science of soul and all these things. So that same soul is in different bodies and all this thing. How and those like children and all this thing they very much like, and then when they see and like the pets, like they have dogs. So some people keep it as pets. This my fish. They have their name also and all this thing. So then I read, Hmm? So sometimes we may not know the context, we may, and then we may like imagine I may go to temple and then later on go to some other place. Hey, you see that proper disciple, he such this that, and they sell fish and they make money and they eat fish and whatever, that will be offensive, isn't it? Hmm? So sometimes we hear something, see something, and we can get bewildered, and we may interpret wrong thing, and then we may it may lead to offenses actually. So we have to be very careful whether our observation right, whether our interpretations are right, whether our conclusions are right, whether our judgments are right. Many times observations are wrong, many times our own interpretations are wrong. We assign different uh, mm, uh, meaning to the same speech or behavior, and we do wrong judgment and that may lead to offense. So we have to be very careful. Correcting, yes, wonderful, but first before correcting, we have to check whether our observation is right, our interpretation is right, our judgments are right. And 99% of the time we may find it's actually may not be right. Second thing, okay, now we have understood our observation is right, interpretation right, judgment, everything right. Then we have to ask, what is my motive? Okay, he's doing wrong, I understand. But why I want to correct him? Is it that I am his best well wisher, best friend, and I want his good? Or I want to put him down? Or because maybe he corrected me and he really, gave me a hard time. Now it's good time to get back to him. Mm. So what is my motive in correction? So if our motive is to really help, uplift, benefit them, then okay. But if you don't have the best motive in our heart in correcting, then better we should not correct, because it may again lead to offenses. Because Krishna doesn't see what you do. Krishna says what is your motive behind what you do. And if you have negative motive, wrong motives, then Krishna will take that very seriously and punish us. So first we have to see whether our observations are right. Second, we have to see whether our motives are right. Third thing, we have to see whether OMA, whether am I authorized? What is my authority? Do I have moral authority? Do I have spiritual authority? Do I have managerial authority? What authority I have? And will he accept my authority? Imagine, yes, he respects me. I have moral authority. I am senior person, and I have spiritual authority. I am responsible for his welfare, and I am also managerial authority. And some I have some authority, and he really appreciates me. Then we can correct him in such a way that it is uplifting and encouraging. Then that correction will have positive effect, and that devotee will be very grateful. He'll say, Prabhuji, thank you very much. You helped me. I'm really grateful. But if our observation not correct and our motives are not correct, and if you're not authorized and he doesn't accept us as authority, if you correct, there will be fire. There will be a lot of negativity. And instead of service, it will end up in disservice. Relationship will be strained. So many things will happen. We correct him, then he will correct, and then So many things will happen. Anyway, everybody starts correcting each other. It will be hellish situation. Hmm? So yes, we have to correct, but appropriate person has to correct. Those, suppose the whom they respect, somebody's counselor, somebody's preacher, somebody's guide, somebody's guru, somebody's manager, somebody temple president, something, no? Or the person respects person and he really looks up to him for help. Then, but if you don't have moral authority or spiritual authority or managerial authority, and if you correct, then it will boomerang back, and it won't be helpful. It won't be service. It may end up in disservice. So yes, we can correct, but only after we see that our observation correct, our motives are correct, and also we have authorized to correct. Does that answer? Thank you. Anybody else? Anything else? So we'll do now. Few minutes. Yes.
So what is the solution? Suppose if you are not in authority, and if you see what you just tolerate it.
No, we may not be. There are some other authorities. We can go to other authorities. Who are authorities? We can inform them. So if uh, uh, so, we observe something's wrong. Our motives are also right. When our observation is wrong, then there's no point. Our motives are wrong, then no point. But imagine our observation is right, motives are also right, but we are not authorized. Then we have to find who is the right authority there. Maybe his counselor, maybe his guru, maybe temple president, maybe manager, whatever, whoever is, or maybe his friend who he very much respects, or whatever, whom he will follow. So we have to find who is the right person whom I can talk, who can really help him. We can't talk to somebody he has issues with and who's inimical to him. If you talk to, it will be problem will become big problem. So you have to think about who is the right person to actually give him that feedback. So we can go and tell him. But to tell him, we have to have proper motives. We should have his best uh, welfare in our hearts. Desire for our- Then okay.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Does that
Yes, I
answer
think
your question?
definitely.
Yeah.
Answer. And also, I was just thinking, thank you for such a beautiful class today evening about the pleasing the devotees
This all of you already know. I'm just repeating for my own purification. There
and
is nothing new. How many of you knew everything what I spoke today? So everybody, I
no,
just repeated for
and
my
the
own.
main reason I was telling because there can be no better person than you, who has been like such absolute surrender. First, you had been serving His Grace Radhe Shyam Prabhu, and then later when the opportunity came, you just jumped into the Kolkata project, and it's not remained the same Kolkata what it was, and so thank you for being such a great stalwart example in our Krishna conscious movement to and the principle that you're teaching today. And it's really it makes more sense when you're speaking that someone speaks and then they followed in their life. It goes more deeper into the heart. So that's what I felt today's class. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for encouraging me in my devotional service. And you bless me that I can come to your expectation and words which you are speaking. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Who is a good kirtaniya here? We can do few minutes kirtan. Okay, going through. Okay. And then we prasadam for everybody? Yes, sir. Yeah. Wonderful. Most important part of the festival. Kirtan and prasadam. Great.
चलो आपकी वजह से मुझे पॉल एंड कंपनी का हारमोनियम टच करने को मिला
Yeah.
ये तो Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.